Every shadow hides a story.
It was a cold and foggy evening when Emma received the letter. The envelope was old, yellowed with age, and sealed with a deep red wax stamp that bore an unfamiliar crest. She didn't recognize the handwriting on the front, and curiosity immediately pulled her toward the mysterious message. Emma had always been fascinated by puzzles and secrets, but this letter promised something much bigger than any she had encountered before. With trembling fingers, she broke the seal and carefully unfolded the delicate paper inside. The message was brief yet chilling. Find the key where shadows sleep, but beware, for the past never forgets. Emma's heart pounded as she reread the cryptic words, shadows sleeping. What could that mean? She lived alone in a small town, and nothing about her quiet life suggested any hidden secrets or forgotten keys. Yet, the letter felt urgent, as if someone wanted her to uncover a secret long buried. That night sleep evaded her, and she spent hours turning the phrase over in her mind. The next morning, Emma decided to explore the old mansion at the edge of town. It had been abandoned for decades and was rumored to be haunted. Few dared to enter, but somehow, it seemed the letter was pointing her there. The mansion, with its crumbling facade and broken windows, loomed against the grey sky like a silent sentinel of the past. As she approached, the wind whispered through the broken shutters, carrying with it the scent of dust and decay. Inside, the mansion was dark and cold, with wooden floors creaking beneath her feet. She shone her flashlight into every corner, searching for a place where shadows might sleep. The house was filled with relics of a bygone era, faded portraits with eyes that seemed to follow her, ornate furniture covered in thick layers of dust, and cracked mirrors reflecting her own anxious face. She made her way to the library, a vast room lined with shelves of leather-bound books and tattered scrolls. Emma's gaze fell on a large painting above the fireplace. It depicted a garden at twilight, the shadows of the trees stretching long across the ground. Something about the picture drew her in. She reached out and gently touched the frame. To her surprise, it swung open like a door, revealing a hidden compartment behind. Inside lay an old rusty key wrapped in a piece of yellowed parchment. Unfolding the parchment, Emma found a poem written in elegant cursive. Beneath the floor where secrets lie, a door concealed from every eye. The key you hold will grant you sight, to walk between the day and night. Emma's mind raced. Beneath the floor, a concealed door. She glanced around the library floor and noticed a faint outline near the bookshelf. Kneeling down, she felt the edge of a trapdoor and pried it open with the key. A narrow staircase descended into darkness. With only her flashlight and heart pounding fiercely, Emma stepped down. The air grew colder and heavier with each step, and the silence was broken only by the echo of her own footsteps. At the bottom, she found a small chamber lined with ancient symbols carved into the stone walls. In the center stood a pedestal, upon which rested a dusty leather-bound book. Emma approached and opened the book. It was a journal, filled with detailed entries written over a century ago by someone named Isabella Marlowe. Isabella had been the last owner of the mansion and was rumored to have been involved in mysterious experiments. The entries spoke of a shadow realm, a hidden dimension that coexisted with their world, but was invisible to most. According to Isabella's journal, the shadow realm held both great power and terrible danger. It was a place where memories and secrets took shape, but those who entered risked becoming lost forever. Emma read on, her eyes wide with disbelief. Isabella described a way to cross over by using the key, which acted as a portal activator. Suddenly, the room grew darker, and Emma felt a cold breeze brush past her. The shadows on the walls seemed to lengthen and twist, forming shapes that flickered in the dim light. Her flashlight flickered, and then went out, plunging her into near-complete darkness. A whisper echoed softly through the chamber. "Find the truth before it finds you." Emma's breath caught in her throat. She fumbled in her pocket and found a small lighter. Igniting it, she saw the shadows retreat momentarily. Gathering her courage, she touched the key to the floor, exactly where the symbols indicated in the journal. A faint hum filled the air, and the floor beneath her began to shimmer and ripple like water. Without warning, the stone surface gave way, and Emma felt herself falling through a vortex of light and shadow. When she opened her eyes, she was standing in a place both familiar and alien. The mansion was there, but everything was distorted, colors muted, and shapes blurred. The air was thick with the scent of earth and something she could only describe as sorrow. Emma realized she had entered the shadow realm. She remembered Isabella's warning. Memories and secrets took shape here. As she moved forward, ghostly figures appeared, replaying moments from the mansion's past. She saw Isabella herself, a young woman surrounded by books and strange machines. The journal entries came alive before Emma's eyes. One figure, a shadowy man with piercing eyes, approached. Emma felt an overwhelming sense of dread, but stood her ground. The man whispered, "You seek the truth, but are you ready to face it?" Emma nodded. Though her heart trembled, the man revealed he was Henry Marlowe, Isabella's brother, who had disappeared mysteriously. He confessed to dark deeds and a betrayal that had cursed the family. The Shadow Realm was their prison, a reflection of the guilt and secrets that had never been laid to rest. Emma listened as Henry begged for release, hoping someone from the living world could set them free. Armed with this knowledge, Emma searched the Shadow Mansion for a way to break the curse. Guided by Isabella's journal and her own intuition, she found a hidden altar where an ancient ritual could be performed. Gathering the symbols from the walls, and using the key, Emma recited the incantation she found in the journal. The shadows around her shuddered and screamed as the veil between the worlds began to lift. Light pierced through the darkness, and one by one, the ghostly figures faded away, finally free. With the ritual complete, Emma felt the ground shift beneath her once more. She was pulled back through the vortex and found herself lying on the floor of the hidden chamber. The key in her hand glowed faintly before fading. When Emma emerged from the mansion into the morning sunlight, the fog had lifted, and the air felt lighter. She knew the secrets of the Marlowe family were finally laid to rest. The letter, the key, the Shadow Realm, none of it seemed like a dream anymore. As she walked away from the mansion, she glanced back one last time. A soft whisper on the wind seemed to say thank you. Emma smiled, knowing some mysteries were meant to be uncovered, but others were meant to stay hidden. And for her, this was just the beginning of many stories yet to be told. For more daily real stories, subscribe.